What's up, City Skylines fans? Sockswayup's back with another episode of my adventure to fix one of my first cities I ever built in City Skylines. It's going good. It's going a little slow. We're about an hour into this build. Third video going. We're at 32% traffic flow. We're gonna keep doing some eminent domain. In this episode, we're gonna kick a lot of people out of their houses to get some traffic flowing. Last episode, we cleared up a lot of traffic here. That's why we got to 32%, and we're gonna keep going in that area. There's a couple main intersections here that we need to work on. We need to clear out a lot more traffic. Get this even better for these citizens. We're starting to grow again. We hit 40,000. We're gonna dip a little bit, but the city is getting to the point already at 30 some percent to where things aren't too crazy anymore. You can see we moved a crematorium. We also moved a hospital here. We're gonna kick out a lot of people, and the fire station. Yeah, we got to move that off these main roads. We don't want the traffic stopping on these main roads that cut straight through the city. There we move another hospital. People aren't very happy, but they'll be fine with it. And then we're gonna go up north, I guess we're gonna call it, on this road. We're gonna get rid of a bunch of these buildings. Again, the idea here, we're not doing a lot with mass transit. There was a decent amount of mass transit already in the city. So what we're doing is we're getting rid of these busy sections on the main roads that I just don't zone anymore when I play City Skylines, and it changes traffic dramatically. People aren't stopping on those roads, causing traffic to slow down. And that's probably the main trick that we use in this entire build. Here we're starting to use some of the default game mechanics to shut off the traffic lights. Doesn't work as well as Traffic Manager mod, but it's about all that we can do right now without using some of those mods. And next we're starting to take a look at this main road that seems to have most of the traffic, and we're thinking we need to connect them. We need to get this road to go all the way through the city. One of my original ideas was to bring a highway through right here, but I didn't want to disrupt the city that much. So here we're taking out a decent sized neighborhood. We're going to move some of the services. We're going to build this road through here. And also, because the two highways don't actually line up, it actually adds a nice bit of character to the city where we have this winding road in the middle of the city. I do know of this happening in my town. I guess in Phoenix, we had a large infrastructure change where they added a new highway, kicked a ton of people out of their homes. There was lots of debate about it. Lots of, I don't know if there are lawsuits, but it was pretty intense, and a lot of people lost their homes, but they got paid pretty well for it. So that's what we're imagining we're doing here. And we're going to rebuild this area and allow for some houses still to be in the original area that was a neighborhood, but not to the point where it affects traffic. We're trying to improve traffic for the overall citizens of this city so it can start flourishing. You can see we kicked out some people, but now it's in the negative. We were growing. We dropped to around 30 some thousand. We're back up to 40,000. It's going to drop a little bit more as we kick people out, but this main road, we want nothing zoned on this road. We want people to have to turn into the interior roads to actually get to where they're going instead of filling that main road with traffic. And we found this other one that just doesn't connect right. We don't want people to have to make a right and then a left turn to get to the main road. We want them to be able to go straight to it. So that's what we did there by cutting that one through that neighborhood as well. So one of the other things you'll notice that I've been doing is there's some of these unique buildings that just demand a ton of traffic. They are great for the city for when it comes to tourism and for sightseeing and for people going there and getting visitors. But when your city has gridlock, you got to move those away. You don't want all the traffic going to those. Find dedicated areas that can handle the traffic. Don't put them in the middle of a busy commercial area that's already slammed with traffic like I did previously. This road here that we're connecting eventually becomes kind of a headache. It's connected to a main cargo hub. And the traffic here, we eventually deal with it pretty well, but it caused a little more traffic than I anticipated. Sometimes that's how it goes. At this point, we're trying to see why the traffic's cutting through the town like that. And I think a little bit of it was the game just not recognizing the new roads yet. Some of those existing cars already had their routes determined. So it's going to take a little while for the game to reroute those cars and get accustomed to what's going on. Here I do decide to pretty much strip this entire area out of their businesses. There's a university here that we want to move into the area. because we don't want to lose the university. We do want the university there, but we don't want it on that what is a main road that has a bus stop right there, pretty close to that roundabout. So we're gonna add a little feeder road that brings the students into the school. We're gonna move their bus stop over there as well. That should help. The specific traffic that's going to the university now can go to the university. It's not gonna stop on this skinny road when it's gonna have to compete with some of those businesses that were there. And then also I decided we don't want the businesses there. It's kind of a main road. Let's move those somewhere else eventually. Let's get this traffic flowing. Let's get this city flourishing once again. And at this point, I realized that this roundabout cutting through the city like that, after we've built a main road for people to use instead, is kind of causing more traffic. We have people cutting through the middle going both directions instead of splitting the traffic between those two freeway exits. That would be way more beneficial for traffic overall. So I did this change and let it run for a while. And overall, it was probably one of the most important things that we did. That roundabout that originally in this city was the main reason why the city was flourishing. The main reason where the city started, not reason, but location, turned into just a problem. And I think it had to do with the way we started it. There's too much traffic coming in there. So getting rid of that eventually really split things up. And here you can see I'm trying to fix some of the bus lines. Some of them there's just too many. Later on, I do eliminate some of the buses because I noticed that a lot of our traffic issues were 3 buses lined up at a bus stop. Like you can see there, there's 2. All that's doing is causing issues. So we move that one off that main road as well. Another thing, you probably want to avoid mass transit on your main roads. You want those cars just flowing through there so they can get to their destination. They can take a right, they can take a left and get to the store they're going to, or turn into their neighborhood. You don't want them necessarily stopping on those main roads. I can't stress that enough. Some of the other things that I probably would do differently, or that I do differently, is there's too many intersections. There's too many roads that are too many 4-way intersections that are too close to each other. So I spread those out in new cities. Those are 3-way intersections and they're still causing problems. But you can kind of see that all we've done so far is kind of eliminated some businesses, eliminated some roads, made some roads larger, and traffic's moving. Traffic is moving. Here we decrease the lanes so that people can decide better where they're going. Instead of having 3 lanes feed into 2, some more mathematics. We probably could have pulled that back a little bit farther into the highway, but that definitely gets that one going. We're already up to 41%, which is a huge win already for me personally. We're about an hour and a half into this remodel, this redesign. It's going pretty well, I think. And I haven't had to do a ton, really. Some freeway work, some getting rid of businesses, and a little bit of road management. Not that hard to bring this city back to life is what I'm noticing. And not a lot really happened here. We let the game run. We got rid of a roundabout. We made I guess there was a major thing. We made this road go completely through the city. We're getting rid of the traffic lights so traffic can flow better on the main road. And that's bumped us up big time. I mean, 34 to 42%, not a huge change, but as I scrolled around the city, we could see there's a lot of places where traffic is moving. The freeways aren't necessarily an issue. This one, once it clears up, there's just such a large amount of traffic backing it up. We're gonna get that one done too. This area here, we haven't even touched yet. That's gonna be another huge issue where the traffic is coming in off the main freeway, let's call it in the south. And then all those cars are driving all the way up to the North Freeway and past that North Freeway. And we need to fix the traffic over there because otherwise it's just going to keep backing up all the way across the city. We fixed one area, then we got to move to the next one because they all interact with each other. But I want to thank you for joining. If you stuck it out this long in this video, thanks for checking out this series. It's been a nice break from just city building for me. I don't know what everybody else does. Hit me up in the comments below. What do you do when you're bored with City Skylines? I love the game. Sometimes I just need to switch it up, and then it gives me more motivation to go build a pretty city and a nice city and have fun with it. But this was a great change of pace, and there's so much to this game. There's so many different ways to play it. I hope you're enjoying it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.